Good morning. Welcome to Nigeria Now, showing on your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television. My name is Merciful Ajinimo, and we have a couple of stories this morning on the front pages of the dailies in Nigeria. We have Adebayo Fajimi analyzing the stories. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, we'll begin from the Daily Trust newspaper. Of course, the big story is after APC convention, confusion as Adamu, Kyari hold two elective positions. We have four riders. The first, resign now. Lawyers, PDP. 1999 Constitution silent. Ruling party mum. Why we can't act. That's coming from INEC. And of course, that's on page 5 of the Daily Trust newspaper. What do you make of this big story?
Yeah, of course. It's somehow, but I don't think it's something we need to really disturb ourselves about, because we all know that both Kyari and Adamu are both 7 senators, and they just emerge as leaders of the APC. So, and it is expected, it is unconstitutional for you to hold two elective positions. It's either you take one, you leave another. So it is impossible for you to hold the two positions at the same time. So, but just like the PDP have said, I don't, expect them to resign. This just happened last Saturday. So let's be hopeful what Senate President, is going to do today, because it is required of the Senate President to declare their seat vacant, at the National Assembly. So it is the one to officially communicate, or who is expected to officially communicate to the electoral umpire. So it is from there that they will take it up. So let's wait and see, what will happen today, so during plenary. All
right. Of course, our story is on page 5 of the Daily Trust newspaper. From the very top, truck drivers more hike in haulage cost over diesel price extortion. That's on page 32 of the Daily Trust newspaper. On page 10, mixed feelings over fresh 92.12 billion naira for Abuja Airport second runway. And then underneath the picture of the day, passengers shot as terrorists bomb Abuja Kaduna train. That's on page 6 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And then we move over to Nigerian News Direct paper. Despite Ghana's positive growth, federal government blames global economic meltdown for Nigeria's decline. Do you very much agree with this statement?
Well, not to a large extent, because even before we are hit with this global economic meltdown. So the question I asked myself when I saw the story is, what is the level of our GDP? What are we producing? Are we really because we have this mindset in Nigeria that whatever that happens, especially those people in leadership position, they trade so much in blame game. So whatever that happens, they always want to blame it on someone else, or on a particular system, on anything. So we are not used to taking responsibility and taking decisive steps. And another issue is we don't have foresight, so we don't see things coming. So and this is the problem. So now, before now, the question we should have is, what is the nature of our economy? How vibrant is it? So, of course, you and I know that we don't have a good economy in the first place. We are grounded, and, all manner of things, are happening to our economy. So I will not take it, or rather take it from the federal government that, it is the global economic meltdown, that is making Nigerians to face. Before now, what has been the impact of our economy? What is the level of our economy? How well is it doing? So you can see that it is just a blame game, just to exonerate themselves out of the situation, of which is not. Leadership is about taking responsibility, and they are not doing that.
Yes, totally. I do agree with you on that one. On a lighter note, we do know that we're having a match today with the Black Stars of Ghana, and then we played the first leg in Kumasi, and now we're having the second leg today. I was going to ask how you feel, but what is the expectation really for you from this game today?
Yeah, of course. We have our hope is very high, so we don't want to experience what we experienced, when we went to Ghana, and we don't want equal points.
Because to take us to penalty,
yes,
because there will have to be a winner.
Yes, we really want to see our team, coming out victorious today, and that is why a lot of people and the authorities in that very sector are making moves to ensure that these people get maximum support.
Yes.
We give them maximum encouragement to cheer them so that they can, rise up to the
And boost their morale.
yes, to boost their morale, to ensure that they win the game. So our expectation is high, and we are looking forward to seeing them coming out victorious.
Definitely. Of course, that's today in Moshood Abiola Stadium. And I think the kickoff time is 6 p.m. Nigerian time. All right, that's, of course, we still have some stories on the Nigerian News Direct from the very top. Buhari hails Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu at 70. That's on page 3. And then Agency 6, NCC's collaboration on development of satellite towns. That's on page 28 of the Nigerian News Direct paper. Then we quickly move over to the Blueprint newspaper. The big stories as terrorists attack Kaduna Abuja train. Religious leaders must speak up against violence. And of course, that statement is from the Sultan. A couple of writers there urges youth education to curb insecurity, social vices. Catholic priest, 3 others kidnapped. Octogenarian set ablaze in Niger. Kaduna airport not shut. We killed 12 bandits. That's coming from military. Nomadic school closed down in Jigawa over deadly farmers herders clash. We are worried over killings in southern Kaduna. That's coming from the Christian Association of Nigeria. We do know that we've been talking about the issue of insecurity, but this attack on the railway, this attack on train services is becoming the unbecoming. What is your statement on this?
Yeah, it's just very sad. Each time I read things like this, I just try to imagine what is becoming, of our nation, because you don't even know where to run to. You cannot travel by here, you cannot travel by road, and now a lot of people are even resorting to travel by rail, and that is appearing as something impossible, because you don't even know your fate. You don't know what can
where
happen.
Is safe,
of course. So, and we cannot really, if we have a government or leaders that really want to boost the economy, that really will, because our economy also depends so much on transport. So if people cannot move their goods and services, if people cannot move from one place to another, so how are we going to have a vibrant economy? How are people going to survive? Of course, you know that we are going to be grounded, and that is really going to affect us. So it is very pathetic that we see this coming up over and over again, and this same set of people who have promised us that when they come to power, they are going to solve the problem, they are going to do this, they are going to do that. So now we can see their ineptitude, even in leadership. So it is very pathetic. So we just appeal to them, to rise up to the occasion and do the needful to ensure that, all these menaces come to an end.
I totally agree with you on that one. That's on page 6 of the Blueprint newspaper. Besides the picture of the day, talking about 2023 elections, stop distracting me, Emefiele tells supporters. He says, I'm focused on robust monetary policy, fight against inflation. That's on page 5 of the Blueprint newspaper. And then we see court dismisses money laundering charges against ex-minister Turaki. That's on page 9. From the very top, federal government accuses PDP of plotting another NSAS misinformation. Says opposition overheating the polity performance, claims anthology of APC lies. And then, of course, we go to the Daily Independent newspaper. And the big story is stakeholders differ over 92 billion naira for Abuja Airport second runway. Say amount outrageous for 4-kilometer runway, no need for another. Task federal government on detail of approval to further boost transparency. That's on the Daily Independent newspaper. Of course, there are other stories right there. On the business day, the story is Nigeria lags on COVID-19 vaccination 1 year after. That continues on page 30. And then we see an article right there, why ASU's payment platform wasn't approved. That's coming from NITDA on page 31 of the Business Day newspaper. You can also stay updated on our website, www.tostvnetwork.com, to know what is happening and, keep yourself abreast of information happening in Nigeria and across Africa. Thank you, Adebayo Fajimi, for joining us today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, viewers. Don't forget you can be a part of our social media community. That is at TOSTV Network on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. My name is Merciful Ajinimo. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.